Ooh, right,
Alright, you guys are live.
Cool. Okay.
You don't have me in there.
Yeah, you're in there. You don't have to look. That's not a different one.
Alright,
You want to start with a joke?
your microphone.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Hold it. I got to think of a joke.
no, I have one.
Oh,
I have-
we got to welcome people.
Okay.
Welcome to Pulling Shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There we
big
go.
smiles, happy faces.
Yeah.
Kindergartners.
All right.
So you're going to tell a joke?
What did the coffee say when it was grounded?
Oh. Is this the first flight or the second flight?
This is brutal.
That was brutal, actually. That was brutal. But you got to love it.
Oh, this one's okay.
You're
What?
a great joke teller, by the way.
Yeah, I know. What do you call a coffee that's always late?
Oh, an afterburner.
Procrastinator.
A procrastinator. That's a hard to word. Say that 3 times. Procrastinator. Yeah. Anyway, here we are.
Okay, here we are. Okay. Yeah.
Did you get that
They
joke,
just get
Kurt?
even worse.
Yeah,
I think I said a bad word.
it was okay.
Okay.
Well, it's going on with coffee news.
You know, I just took my truck in to get some work done on it.
Yeah.
And the guy we were talking because I missed a I missed an 8-point buck just by a little bit. And he said, so you get that buck fever, you get a little shaky. I said, shooting, you know, when you get the buck fever, you start shaking and the buck starts coming closer. And I said, I tell you what, the older you get, the more you shake. I said, you should see the stool when I'm done with it. That was just a made up joke. What do you think of that?
That was better than anything I got here.
Oh, come on. That wasn't coffee related, maybe caffeine related.
Yep.
So what are you talking
cool.
about today?
We just got coffee news.
Okay.
Well, the headline, there's a Dubai roaster sells a geisha for $980 a cup.
Oh my gosh.
It's $1,000 cup of coffee.
Oh, how does that quantify down to a sip?
I don't know.
What is that? A sip? Oh, I would just, the calculator would be going cha-ching, cha-ching. That's a sip. That's a $10 sip.
Like
you wet your lips. $5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, we bought, and I'll never forget, Andrew Miller from Cafe Imports. Years ago, he bought an entire crop from one farm in Colombia.
Yeah.
Andrew's just the greatest guy, and Cafe Imports is a good company. And he bought it, I think it was around maybe $72 a pound is what he paid for it. And he was, you know, it's hard to sell. We bought some of it. I think he sold it to us maybe for $50 a pound. And we bought a bag of it, and I don't know, people were getting really good coffee for a really cheap price.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, that farmer was able to go to the ocean for the first time in his life after he bought that. I don't know how many hectares he had, but
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool story.
That you get to, yeah. I mean, that's a big part of coffee. I feel like it's helping the farmers out, because I feel like the people buying the coffee generally are better off than the farmers, but.
Well, it is, but then you get into, and here's one thing I've learned from traveling a lot through coffee industry and through missions and church industry. You get to these other countries, and you know they don't measure the quality of life by American standards, so to say, and we try to, oh, you're not living as good as us in America, but that's all a perspective.
Yeah.
They might be living better than us.
Well, yeah.
So, we just kind of, and I get caught up in that. And,
yeah,
you know, I've brought people from other countries in to live with us. And, you know, it's all relative.
Yeah,
to what
it is very relative.
You got to wear your own boots where on the own ground where you live, and
Yeah. Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you compare, I mean, they might be on our standards. They're like making 5% of the money, but they can live pretty well off of that 5%. Or like,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what people throw numbers out like that, I guess. But
well, they do. They
Um,
do. But we have it pretty good in the United States.
yeah, we do. We do too.
Oh, that's not supposed to happen.
Just hit
Sorry.
the side button. Go up. The other side button. So
Oh my gosh.
um
My life controlled by beeps and buzzers. Oh,
here, just hit that side button. That one.
okay, thank you.
So we got just looking through Perfect Daily Grind. You got a couple of things highlighted that you want to.
Yeah, just you sent that to me like 5 minutes ago. And I just went through it and I highlighted things that I could maybe talk about.
Yeah,
I haven't researched, but
I mean,
I got a lot of
Starbucks
stuff stuffed in my head.
sold out 60% of their China. Starbucks China.
Yeah, they cut a deal with China. Well, they're appeasing stockholders as
Yeah.
well. And that deal I think was like $4 billion.
Yeah.
So, they still they're hanging on to their branding rights and 40% of the stock that's in China.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not an uncommon thing. I think, you're always trying to manage when you're a public company, you're always trying to manage, cash is king, and
Yeah.
it's got $4 billion. So, probably a nice rise in the stock.
Yeah, just kind of help that out. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that kind of move. I know China, it's coffee in China and India. Specialty coffee is really growing.
Oh, immensely.
Yeah,
Both of those countries.
which is just kind of it's hard. I don't know. I don't really think about that much, but
Well, China, that's one part of their economy. Their economy is struggling right now.
yeah,
And so it'll be interesting to see how things shake out. And that might be part of the reason Starbucks cut that deal.
Yeah.
Because they may see something deeper in the China economy. But India, is third world as parts of that country are, Calcutta, and just probably the armpit of the earth, sadly to say.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of wealth and a lot of
Oh, yeah.
a lot of IT out of India.
yeah.
It's like you meet somebody from India. Oh, are you in IT? And they go, yeah.
So I guess you didn't highlight this, but the Supreme Court questions Trump's tariffs on coffee. And they tried to fast track a no coffee tax act, but that was denied. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
So, yeah, they're just trying to.
Tariffs are interesting, and they certainly affect us, our price.
Yeah.
Just when we're buying, we have a semi coming in on Monday.
Yeah, is that the most we've ever? That'll probably be a record for us.
As far as
this shipment,
the cost, it will be. We paid more for the coffee that we have coming in from New York. It's leaving today. It'll be at our dock at 8 a.m. Monday morning.
Yeah.
And, we've been fortunate, not fortunate, but we've just rolled up our sleeves and said, let's see if we can absorb this tariff
mm-hmm.
and not pass it on until the tariff goes away. And we committed to that in July when the tariffs hit, and we committed to that through the end of the year. Not sure that we made that clear with our customers.
Yeah.
But we just thought we're not going to talk about the tariffs. We're going to absorb that, and we've had to tighten our bootstraps here to do that. And I know our customers appreciate not having to see a tariff increase. But we'll see what happens after the first year. But I have faith. Something that lasts over 6 months.
Yeah, it is pretty deep now. It's been going on since February. So it's, it's not just a quick trend that you hoping to pass. It might be
Yeah,
it might be here to stay to some extent.
Well, the tariffs
The
might
tariffs
be
are,
part
yeah.
of the tariff, but the price of coffee is what you're talking about.
Kind of, yeah, more price of coffee, but kind of
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, the price of coffee, and I think right now we have. I think they're waiting on the March contracts to come around, which will I think happen soon,
Mhm.
and all indicators talk about the market settling down some. So I'm all in hopes of that. Brazil's having they've had good weather through the growing season,
Mhm.
and the harvest looks really good. And they're the largest producer of coffee in the world. So what happens in Brazil, kind of like
Yeah, that's kind of what's going to happen across the board
hopefully
if they got to do something. Yeah.
hopefully, I mean, hopefully the 50% tariffs come off of Brazil coffee,
Mhm.
and hopefully their elaborate harvest will produce some relief for the roasters
Yeah.
and the consumers. I think most of the consumers, most of the retailers who we sell to haven't been felt by the tariffs. We haven't passed on
Yeah.
any cost of our tariffs.
Yeah, there's probably a little more common. I mean, I don't think people are quick. Every level is a little slow to pass on.
Well,
Depends.
it
I mean, I think a
depends.
coffee shop is probably quicker because they just got to make their margins back
Well,
right away.
yeah, but
Where a roaster can hold on a little more. An importer might be able to hold on a little more than that.
well, maybe I don't think. I think the importer.
Really, the importer just
Yeah, they have, because see, when we buy coffee, say we buy 25,000 pounds of coffee, and they got to buy it. They got to, it depends on where they're sitting, but a lot of times they'll have to turn around and replenish they have to buy 25,000 pounds of coffee at the price.
yeah.
So I think I'm hearing most all the importers are passing on tariffs. They have to. They cannot eat that.
Yeah.
And most roasters that I know have passed along tariffs.
Mhm.
We just bought far enough ahead in certain areas that we're going to absorb that until the end of the year anyway, which is
Yeah.
just another month and a half or so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the next thing you got is the Onyx Coffee Project 3. You highlighted that. You kind of
What's it
oh,
say?
just
I don't have my glasses.
so there's just I don't know if you really are.
No, I didn't. I just it
You
said
saw
Onyx.
Onyx and
I seen Onyx,
Yeah, I
and
think
I
it's
just think Onyx is doing such a great job in Arkansas.
mhm.
We were in their coffee lab earlier this year. They're just phenomenal. On I don't know. They must have some extra money backing them to do some of the things that they've done.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're public or not, or they got private investors.
They're always on the front end of everything.
They seem to be. And you go into that Onyx lab down in, I think it's Benton. Yeah, it's Bentonville, because we were doing biking down there,
Yeah.
bicycling. And I think in May. And that Onyx lab in Bentonville looks like a baby Starbucks. What do they call those in Chicago, New York?
The reserve.
Yeah, the reserve.
Yeah.
Looks like a baby reserve
Yeah.
in a way. They really have done a nice job.
Yeah.
There on a Saturday when the farmers market was going on, the place was packed out.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I know that whole town is affected positively. I guess affected positively by it. I was there. I was in Arkansas. We went through Arkansas to go to Oklahoma, but just another roaster. They're like, yeah, we were here before, but Onyx just blew the whole town up with coffee now. It's like the central coffee hub of the U.S. at least.
Oh, it is. I think they're just all
It's
running off
the middle of Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, it's northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
L. Sam Walton gave. I think everything in Bentonville is riding on the wake of Sir Sam Walton.
Zach Hill just joined.
Zach.
So hi, Zach.
Zach.
I don't know if he's still there.
Oh, yeah. He probably got embarrassed.
Probably got embarrassed and left.
How can you see that far?
I don't know.
Should we talk about Zach Hill so somebody calls him so he has to get back on and listen?
Yeah. Do that.
He's a great pastor.
Oh, I'm
He
wearing.
launched New Hope Grimes Church.
Yeah, that's what I'm wearing right now. Actually,
I'm good friends with his dad. His dad's a genius.
he probably left. Chick-fil-A launches Daybright coffee concept.
Oh, what's up with that? It's like McDonald's and everybody. Chick-fil-A, they do things right. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not sure of the roaster that they're using or who's providing coffee for them, but Chick-fil-A does a great job. Good Christian company. Yeah, they're closed
Yeah.
on Sundays, so that's whatever. It's okay. It's so everybody can just discern their own Sabbath, I guess. And
So it's a
steering me
new
away from that, aren't you?
beverage focused concept. They're growing in the greater Atlanta area. I think that's where Chick-fil-A started. Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
Chick-fil-A started in Atlanta,
It did, okay.
and now they're starting Daybright, which is a
well, you
yeah.
know, everything chicken starts in the South. You know
Yeah.
that. I remember. Can I tell a joke?
Yes, you can.
I remember when the Hurricane Katrina. I remember Katrina Crocodile when I was a kid growing up watching Mary Lou in the House with the Magic Window. Some of you might remember Katrina Crocodile, but Hurricane Katrina went through New Orleans, and there was interviewing somebody, and they said, you know, this is really going to affect the churches across New Orleans, and the woman said, and I don't go to the churches. I get all my chicken from Popeyes, which I thought was cute.
That is funny. Yeah.
Kurt, did you like that joke?
Yeah, I did. That
Well, Daybright. So yeah, it's just like another coffee shop. They're gonna have coffee, donuts, lemonade, tea, like energy drinks, a kids menu, quick food.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of they're
Everybody
kind of
wants in
jumping
the
on that.
game, you know. And if
Yeah.
you think you're going to get a good cold brew from, you know, you're mistaken.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to get a good cold brew anywhere but a
A
cafe.
coffee shop. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know if this is a long-lasting trend. Unless it's really, I don't know. I'm not a super on the go need a drive-through coffee shop on the way to everything I go person.
Well, look
But I
what we
think there
have
are
here.
more. Yeah, but even like in the morning, like at a Saturday, I'll just not drink coffee
rather than wait in
rather
line.
than go to it. Like I don't need any. I'll eat a banana and I'm good until like noon, I guess. So like,
how do you get
so
caffeine into your
I'm not.
banana?
I don't know. I just don't need it, I guess. So I don't know. I'm just not
Well, you
in
know,
that crowd.
it is funny how, you know, everybody wants in. Everybody that has a drive-through thinks I can sell coffee in the morning. And I can remember, what's the fish place called here in town?
Long John Silver's.
Long John Silver's. Great company. You know,
Mhm.
I love what they do. They're sustainable. I met the owner. Matter of fact, he came in here years ago,
Yeah.
and we sat and talked, and they were considering wanting us to put drive-throughs in their Long John Silver's, running a drive-through in the morning
Mhm.
till they open up at 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, maybe. But then, you know, I talked to the president of Ted Lingle was the president of SCAA at the time. SCA is what it's called now, Specialty Coffee Association. Used to be of America, but it's just A now.
Yeah.
So why'd they drop America anyway? He came in and we sat and talked about the possibilities of running a drive-through from like 6 a.m. until 10
Mhm.
or so in the morning. Then they could flip it over and do, you know, their Long John Silver's gig the rest of the day. And I can't remember how that shook out. It probably shook out the right way that we never did do it or come into an agreement, but that would have been a stretch, I think. You know, it reminds me, if you go in Des Moines, if you go to Brugger's Bagels on 22nd Street in Clive,
Mhm.
they tried a concept because they, you know, bagels pretty much gasses out, you know, sometime mid-afternoon. And every bagel store that I know of closes
Yeah.
late afternoon. If you look, they put a sign up there. There and they still have the sign. On one side it says Brugger's Bagels, and on the other side of the sign it says Brugger's Pizza. Very few people know about that. But they would flip that sign, it would
No.
mechanically roll over, and it would be a neon sign at night that said Brugger's Pizza, and then they'd flip it in the morning and say Brugger's Bagels. And it's still there. The concept failed. Probably
Yeah.
like Friedrichs in the morning and fish at night,
Yeah.
would have failed.
Yeah.
You
I
can't do
think-
too much with a brand.
No, I think you just
And-
get really good at what you do, and the people that like that just come find you. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if that trend of everybody opening up some sort of drive-through energy drink, coffee shop. I don't know.
Well, they have the people that are doing it
I don't know if that's
seem to
gonna
be doing it
last.
well. Look at Hyperbar here in Des Moines. Look at Seven Brew.
Yeah.
They seem to be kicking it.
Yeah. But
So it's how long? I mean, how much sugar?
yeah.
How much sugar can you pump into a teen?
Yeah. I'm
before
just
you
wondering
start
if
getting side effects.
like if there just something comes out. That's just all it takes, I think. One kid. I mean, that's what happened to I don't- Panera.
Yeah.
Panera had those energy drink lemonades, and like people were having heart attacks. I mean, that's all it takes, I think. Then one person is like all that sugar and caffeine in all these drinks. I don't know if
it
it just
does,
I don't know if there's a point where people are like, that's actually not good for me, I'll stop. But
Yeah.
also like Red Bull's grown every year for like 20 years. So like
right.
maybe not.
Then you got that. But you take a look, if you go back and if people, a lot of people don't, well, a lot of people probably do know, but I didn't for a long time. But the cocoa pod, have you seen the cocoa pod? When you open up a cocoa pod, it has the white cocoa
Yeah.
inside. That has, if you look up the health, that was medicinal for the Aztec. It was medicinal food and a medicinal source for them. Just the cacao bean. If you Google this if you want, but it has 40 to 60 times the amount of antioxidants as blueberries.
Yeah.
But it's the cacao bean is medicinal throughout, but it was destroyed by Mars, Snickers, Hershey's by adding sugar to it.
Mhm.
And that destroyed chocolate. But the cacao bean is
Yeah.
very medicinal and very healthy. And
Yeah.
I take that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I Google it.
All right. Google it. So
I think Kirk is Googling it right now.
yeah, it looks
Am I
like
right, Kirk?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Yeah, sure.
so
So
I
Norwegian.
guess-
Are you
so-
Norwegian?
I'm
Er-
English as heck.
Okay. You sound Minnesotan.
AeroPress has a grinder for their
Oh!
20th anniversary. Did you look into that at all?
No, I
You saw
didn't.
that?
I just seen that. I thought a hand grinder. What's it say? Hand or mechanical grinder?
I don't know if it's in the. It looks.
Oh, it's a hand grinder.
Let's look it up. It looks. So you fit
Is
it
it a
in
wall
the top.
mount?
You fit it in the top of your. So if you've seen an AeroPress, just look it up. So it's like a kind of a manual espresso shot, sort of.
But
so
how does it
that's
grind?
pressure.
Is it a twisty?
So yeah, so that's the grinder in the top.
Oh,
So
and
it's
it has
not
the ribs.
any.
So, okay,
So
it's
you
a
grind it.
crank. Yeah, of course it is.
So it's a manual grinder
Yeah, it's
But
a
it's like the
manual burr
shape-
grinder. It looks like.
of the.
Surely it's a burr grinder. They wouldn't use the blade grinder in that, would they?
No, it's a burr grinder. It's just a
Yeah.
manual, but I don't know. That's kind of. I mean, if you're gonna go camping, I feel like that's the thing to
Well, that
get.
would be
but-
good. That is genius. Yeah, AeroPress is just a real smart company.
They are. They've been around for a while, and they're just.
I have an antique hand grinder. They used to get screwed to the wall and has a glass
Oh
hopper.
yeah,
And you just
yeah.
in your kitchen.
Well,
I guess that's not a hot topic, huh?
Camping, you can just screw it to a tree.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, screw it
That's
to a
easy.
tree.
So some people are scientists are saying climate intervention will fall short for coffee, chocolate, and wine.
Oh,
I don't know who's.
you want to get me talking about climate?
No, I'm not. But it's just kind of the.
Can I
last
make a
thing hear.
statement?
Yeah, sure.
You know,
Let's do it.
everybody that wants to say something about climate, it's always changing. It's
Yeah.
the earth.
Yeah.
It's what God made. And I think people get out there and they want to put a time limit within their life cycle
Yeah.
on what the climate's going to do so they can see the end of their prediction.
Yeah.
And I think the earth breathes and flexes on a larger scale.
Mhm.
Now, it's obvious there's climate change, but I think it's done that for the history. A few ants living on the earth maybe a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Have I said too much?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just yeah, I don't know. They just are taking a short trend of like rainfall and humidity and saying like if that extends, this short trend extends for 20 years, then nothing can
Yeah.
save it. So they're kind of really expanding on a really
Oh.
short like statistic and saying if this continues forever, like if it rains for a week and you're like, okay, if it rains for 5 years in a row,
Yeah.
then
right.
like this is going to happen, but it's
Well,
not going to rain for 5 years in a row. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that.
Well, I
So they're
remember
just-
I was in Arizona at a National Coffee Association convention, and this has gone back 20 years. And and 30 years ago, Al Gore said that we wouldn't be here now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I remember they had, what's the coffee guy that sits on a horse that has from Colombia? What's his? Kirk, who is that? The coffee guy that
I
sits on a
don't know.
donkey?
I don't know. El Chapo. I don't know.
Well, no, they go through a whole thing that it's their national. I got a picture of him with me.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, he represents the national coffee industry from Colombia. And he was with his donkey, he was at this convention. And so
Juan Valdez,
Juan Valdez,
the
and
coffee donkey guy.
the coffee donkey we were talking about, and
Oh, yeah.
people were seriously,
No, we've gotten coffee from that.
people were seriously, okay, these talking. I remember a speaker said, all the coffee at this elevation, this is what it's going to look like. I don't know, decades down the road, a few decades, which we're in now, and we won't be able to produce coffee in this region and so it's just going to, because it's going to be too hot with the Arabica. You're just going to have to go higher and higher up at the mountain to produce, 2,000 meter Arabica beans.
Mhm.
But I don't know that that's changed. I'm still going to the same, we're still buying from the same similar people that we did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Same
again, I
regions
think
and
it's
same-
real. Climate change is real. I don't want to knock that at all, but I don't know. I love Juan Valdez.
Yeah.
I got a
Yeah,
picture. I'll
recognize
show you the picture of me.
Yeah.
He was in Seattle too. That's where I got my picture.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, that's all we got.
Do you know that when they retire a Juan Valdez, that they do a national search through the country of Colombia, and people interview, and it's a big interview. So I out of 70 people that want to be Juan Valdez, one person gets it, and it changes his life forever because he fits the character of the true original Juan Valdez, and he becomes financially wealthy and his future secured, and he's a
Okay.
national.
So that's actually.
Did you know that?
Okay, it is a fictional character, a
Yeah.
symbol of Colombian coffee growers. Okay, I did not know that. So Juan Valdez is kind of like I don't know.
He's an icon in
Like a-
Colombia,
yeah.
and he is. Everybody in Colombia knows Juan Valdez, and they know who the current one is,
is.
and he
Well, I
he
have-
probably looks a lot like the one that his predecessor,
Yeah.
and his mannerisms and how he moves and articulates and communicates. I don't know that he talks. I
Yeah.
don't think he. I don't
Well, you
think
know, I don't know if you know because we have my kids, but of Blippi.
Blippi?
Have they ever made you watch Blippi?
Not yet. I'll find out
Okay.
tonight.
It's just like a character, but there's like 3 of them, but they all have the same mannerisms. I mean, I have a 4 and a 2-year-old, but
Oh,
they so there's like it's just a character some guy started that has the same hat and shirt and does the same stuff.
so how
But
long
now
has Blippi
there's
been around?
3 of them, and they all make their own videos. So that's just what I think of. Kind of like a
You're in a whole nother mindset.
Yep.
I hope all your children give you a black eye,
I hope
like
so.
all of mine did.
Yep. Yeah, so I just compared Juan Valdez to Blippi. So I guess
Oh,
that's
on
probably
Chat. You
good.
doing on Chat
No, just,
GTP, GPD?
I guess that's probably a good place to end it off.
All right.
Okay.
Signing off from Pulling Shots.
Yep.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you. Thanks, Kirk.
How do we do, Kurt?